Hey everyone, welcome back to the Triad Chord Scale series. Today we are going to do what I call the Tamacun chord scale. It's a first inversion triad chord scale. Looks a little bit like this. And it's based on the top three strings, the E, the B, and the G string. And the reason I call it the Tamacun chord scale is because a really famous riff out of a song called Tamacun comes out of it. So, if you want to learn that riff as well, I've got a link to a lesson to it. But yeah, let's get into the chord scale right away. So we're going to kind of put this in the key of G. We're going to start right here on the 7th fret. I'd take your middle finger, put it on the 7th fret of the E string. The ring finger, put it on the 8th fret of the B string, and then the pointer finger on the 7th fret of the G string. It's basically like a D major chord shape, like a little triangle shape, but up here on 7. So that's your first chord. Now the A minor chord that goes right above that, your 2 chord, you're going to take your ring finger and slide it a whole step up, 2 frets to the 10th fret. And then you're going to kind of do a little do-si-do with these fingers. There's 2 basic shapes in this. It's the major and the minor shape. When you do the major shape, you're going to have these 2 fingers kind of rabbit ears like this. When you do the minor shape, you're going to kind of switch them, and then the pointer finger comes back a fret. So from G up to the A minor, it kind of goes up like so. You slide the ring finger up to 10, middle finger goes to 9 on the G string, and the pointer finger goes to, I guess that's 8, on the E string. So it's now a little cork twisty shape here. So take a second, see if you can switch between the two and hear a really clear difference. Here's G, and here's A minor. Here's G, here's A minor. And for the next chord, you just take this A minor shape, this minor shape right here, you just slide it up 2 more frets. So now your ring finger's on 12, middle's on 11, and pointer is on 10. So see if you can just slide between those 3 chords a little bit. B minor's here, A minor's here, and G is here. Just slide around between them a little bit more. You can finger pick through them, or you can strum through them, whatever you want to do. Once you feel like you got those down, we're going to start stretching in the downward direction. So going to the lower pitches. Usually for the diminished shape, the 7th chord, I just keep the same triangle shape, but I sort of stretch it out. You can take your pointer and your middle finger and slide them down both to 5, and then use either the pinky, actually I'm going to use the pinky here, to get to 7 on the B string. So you see, it's kind of like a triangle shape, but it's like stretched out a little bit. The finger that's on the B string sort of stretches out an extra fret. You could also do this as a bar chord. You could put a little bar across 5, and then you could use the ring finger to play 7 on the B string. So that's your F sharp diminished chord. So see if you can switch between that and your G chord. I actually might, just kind of like slide that together. You're gonna compress the bar, get a little closer to your middle finger. So this is on 5, that's on 7, and then back to G, where this is on 7 and that's on 8. Just do some alternations between those. Just finger picking. Whatever you're feeling like doing. But once you got that pretty clear, now we're going to go back to the minor shape. The minor shape, again, is that kind of twisty shape. And it's going to be, this is your E minor chord. The pointer finger is on 3 of the E string. The ring finger is on 5 of the B string. And the middle finger is on 4 of the G string. So you can get to that. I'm getting to that from like going from this bar. I just bring the pointer finger over to the E string and bring the middle finger over to the G string. And switch between this bar version, this kind of each individual finger version. So alternate between the 2 a little bit, see if you can make them stick. When you feel you got that, see if you can add the G chord back in, the G that we started on. It's up here on 7. Bar on 5 for the F sharp diminished, and then down here to E minor. You can slow this down if you need to play along with it, or just take time to just work out the combinations, but there's the G, there's the F sharp, there's the E minor. Now, once you feel like you've got all that, actually, if you have a second, it's not bad to try to just weave through everything real quick that we've done. Make sure you still got it, especially up here with the minor chords. See if you can add those back in. Once you've got all that checked out, we're actually getting into some probably familiar territory. If you just play a regular old D chord down here in the first position, pointer finger on 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger on 3rd fret of the B string, middle finger on 2nd fret of the E string. If you go just right there, regular old D triangle shape, that's the next chord in this. That's the 5 chord of this scale. So check and see if you can alternate between that and the E minor we did a minute ago. So it's like D triangle on 2, and then 4 on the middle finger, 5 on the ring finger, 3 on the pointer. See if you can just switch between E minor and D a few times, because that'll really stick this next part. And then, when we kind of go down to the open position, imagine taking this D shape and sliding it down 2 frets. Well, 2 of your fingers are going to go across the nut. So really you just need 1 finger to play the C. In fact, this kind of connected to sort of regular open position caged C chord. It's just, imagine you're just using 1 note from it. So that is the bottom of this chord scale. So see if you can switch between like this kind of open C and this D. There's the 4 chord, and then the 5 chord, and then E minor here is the 6 chord. So if you can weave all that together, then when you feel like you've got it, I'm going to try to put the whole chord scale together. We're going to start from the open C down here. We're going to try to eventually get to the C that's on the 12th fret, which is kind of like the octave of this, and then wind back up on this G here in the middle. So start from the C here on the bottom. I'm just going to kind of finger pick my way through this. I'm going to go like pointer, middle, ring, pointer. Went up to the D. Went up to the E minor. You can always slow this video down if you need to hear it more clearly. And up to the F sharp diminished. I'll take an extra second on this. This one usually takes some thought. We're going up to the triangle G on the 7th and 8th frets. Back to the minor shape for A minor. Up to the B minor. And then the C is going to be the last thing. A little do-si-do with the fingers. And now I'm going to go back down. Back to the B minor, do-si-do again. Put the pointer in the middle. Back down to A minor. So, I'd say keep working with that. Once you've got that in your head, I'd say check out some of the riffs that we have in this series that use that chord scale, because it's really once you start to see how you use these shapes with other shapes of other triads or how you play melodies around them, that's how it's really going to take on a musical life. So I'd say keep working on this, keep trying to get it in your head, but you're going to see pretty quickly how this plays out in music. These chord scales get used a ton. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us. Stick with the series if you find it helpful, and yeah, hope to see you in another video pretty soon. Catch you later.